One of the great benefits of the digital age is that the stranglehold of ABC, CBS, and NBC on the television side, and the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal on the print side, the stranglehold of those 5 news outlets and Associated Press, it's been broken. The stranglehold has been broken. Now, please understand, the battle is still being waged, but the advent of cable television and then the internet made it so that the New York Times and CBS and the other networks and the other outlets I mentioned, they could no longer control the flow of information. So now, because of outlets like Drudge, who are showing us news from the Daily Mail, suddenly, there's competition. Thank goodness for Fox TV, okay? That's the cable side. But on the digital side, there's stories that are being seen and watched by tens of millions of people that ABC still refuses to cover because ABC is treacherous and deceitful. ABC News, CBS News, Dan Rather, those people, I mean, Dan Rather's gone, but you understand, Brian Williams caught lying, just totally lying. That is the culture of that media. Do you understand? Am I calling all of them liars? No, of course not. And I've been interviewed by many of them, okay? And by the way, I've been on every major network repeatedly, okay? ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, CNN, MSNBC. I've been on them, on the front page of the New York Times, on the front page of the Washington Post. I know that world as a subject, someone who has been interviewed. I've seen what they've done to me that was dishonest, illegitimate, flat out deceitful. I've had my life negatively impacted by lies or by deceit or by an agenda. So I know what I'm talking about. But I also know that the stranglehold has been broken. So we're a divided nation. We've got a divided media, and we can get our media from various sources. That was a very long prelude to saying that this is going to be an ugly season. An ugly season. There's a book that just came out. Put the cover up, would you? Hillary, the Other Woman. Hillary, the Other Woman. This is written by one of Bill Clinton's alleged other women. I mean, the book is so tawdry as far as Bill Clinton's philandering, his sleeping around with thousands of women. But there's something about it that's, on a political side, far more damning. And that is the portrait that it paints of Hillary's lust for power. Her lust for power. And her desire to either be the governor of Arkansas or the president of the United States. And doing everything in her power to get Clinton into the governor's mansion, Bill, and then Clinton into the White House with the agreement that she would follow behind. She's been a U.S. Senator from New York. She's been the Secretary of State. She wants the presidency. She wants the presidency. And this book, Hillary, the Other Woman, is designed to show her insatiable lust for power, and that she went along with Bill Clinton's philandering and just serial affairs because she wanted him in the White House, because she wanted to be next. Now, I bring this up because recently the New York Times did a very lengthy story on Trump and the other women in his life from years ago. Interestingly, most of the women, according to the reports I've heard, most of the women in that story, the New York Times story, have come forward one at a time on their own and said what the story said about them and Trump was not true. My point is this. The New York Times dedicated like 20 pages or something, some massive amount of ink space to pummel Trump regarding other women. How much space will they give to Hillary and Bill's other women, and Hillary making it so that Bill could have all these other women, so that Hillary could have the White House. Huh, New York Times? What are you going to do?